to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? Happy new era, new dawn, new year. It's not just a new year, beloveds. This is not just a new year. This is a new era. This is a whole new chapter. This is a whole new world that we are venturing into. This is such a rare time, beloveds. And I mean, you know, the new year, some argue, happened on December 21st, which is like when the sun stands still and we have the longest or shortest day, depending on what part of the hemisphere you're on. And, a lot of people actually do set their intentions on December 21st. But because the entire world is convinced that, January 1st is the new year, there's a lot of power that comes with that date. There's a lot of power that comes with this season, and it doesn't have to happen on the day, but you kind of feel the momentum of the new year for the first few days. And I think it's so important for us to take advantage of that collective energy, because time is man-made. And so collectively, we all agree that we're entering a new year. But beloveds, it's more than that. It's more than entering a new season. It's like we're entering an entire new dispensation, an entire new world, an entire new era. And it's time for us to seize our lives, to seize our narratives, and to seize the day, beloveds. It really is. And I just wanted to come on here to really encourage you to do 3, rituals, exercises, whatever you want to call them, spiritual exercises, to kind of take advantage of the incredible energy and power that is at our disposal right now. And the first thing I would do, beloveds, over this New Year season is to write a list, to do a releasing spell, a releasing ritual, to write a list of all those things that you are leaving, things, places, peoples that you are leaving in that previous world. Beloveds, the world will never be the same again. The world we knew is gone. This is the official, I'm telling you, I feel it so strongly. This is the official transition. But Babylon collapsed it. Babylon literally tried to collapse their world 2 years ago in preparation for this, by putting people in lockdown, etc., in preparation for this. Because it's so significant what has happened right now. And that's why I say we should do a releasing kind of exercise or ritual, whatever you want to call it. Because every karmic contract that we came in with, every debt has been paid. Everything, it's over, beloveds. And for us, some have accumulated debts against us by coming against us as divine ones, but we don't even care about that. It's okay. We forgive, we release. There's so much to be released now, beloveds. All those contracts previously, family contracts, friend contracts, all of them are now null and void. You are now the architect of this new chapter, and this is why you were born. So that you could now start to create this narrative for your bloodline and for your children. And beloveds, the world is going to continue to become even more divided. Because we've been in a judgment season the last 2 years, and the judgment was the decisions that you were making for yourself, whether to bow to the Babylon system or to not. And each one is going to have lasting consequences, because, beloveds, for us who are on this journey of not taking the double Big Mac, it's going to get deeper. It's like there's that total separation, and we have to prepare for that. I mean, our children won't be able to marry double Big Mac children. Those are the levels it's going to get to, beloveds. There will be two very separate worlds. And if you've chosen, if you're on this channel, then you've obviously chosen heaven on earth. And you see, beloveds, there's more now because we've moved away from the manipulation of our emotions, where we were almost trapped in all these illusions, because emotions is how you feel, and so it's not very objective. And so we could get trapped in narratives and stories, but now it's all about logic. It's all about the mind, beloveds. How agile is your mind? How connected is your mind to spirit and to the divine communication? Because now it's all about refining your mind. That's why these exercises I'm giving you are really going to work. They may not have worked before, but they will work now if you've ever done them. And the first one is what I've been talking about, releasing, writing every single thing down that you want to release from your life. Whether it's still a part of your life, whether it's gone for your life, or you're still in a kind of tug of war with it. Write everything down that you want to release from your life, beloveds. And I highly recommend that you do this at between midnight and 5 a.m. just because there's less static, there's less noise, energetic noise. And so you can really go deep, with your spiritual team and kind of jot down everything. And once you've done that, I would burn that piece of paper. And just say something as simple as, I release all all that no longer serves me, all that is no longer part of my life, all that I do not want to be part of my narrative, everything that was imposed on me because of karmic debts. I release all that. I release my toxic family. I release the parts of me that were broken. I heal and close that chapter and release that. Because you're a phoenix rising, beloveds. You have to be to be still here, moving into this new world. And so release everything that happened, that narrative, because that is no longer you. But it's like the book has to be closed out. So with the releasing, it's like you're writing the conclusion of your book, of the book of life that you've just closed out. And what a great honor that we get to do it while we're still living and breathing. This is unprecedented. We will go down in the Akashic records that we were able to transition, to die and be born again while still in this flesh, and to have this flesh die. I mean, it's not been an easy process because the death is mental, beloveds. And the rebirth is also mental. So we have to create that disconnect between who we are and who we were, because who we were is no longer here. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Welcome back, beloveds, to Wake Up Africa. Happy new era, happy new earth, happy new world, happy new century, happy new 100 golden years. Because it's not just a happy new year. We are in such a new season, beloveds. And I feel like the last 2 to 3 years, many of us have been going through this transition all our lives, but the last 2 to 3 years have been the major transition out of the old order, which is why we've seen Babylon just take such drastic measures. It's like the gloves are off. There was a battle for souls, beloveds. Many, many, many of our people awakened and will continue to awaken still. But for, most of the people who watch this channel, we've already crossed over into the new earth, and so it's important for us, because remember, we're spiritual beings having this human experience. You see what you pay attention to. You see what's inside here. You see who you are, not what you want. And that's why there's been such a death of who we were not in our lives, beloveds. And so it's important to really take this time and to make it a sacred time, beloveds, and to kind of take advantage of the collective vibes. This is something I'm going to be doing over this new year period. So once you've written down everything you've released and you've kind of burnt it, whichever way, then you should write a list of gratitude. Even if it's just one item, I'm grateful I survived. But you'll find that once you start writing that list of gratitude, there is so much for us to be grateful for, beloveds. I'm grateful for each and every one of you that has been tuning into me, that has supported my channel. You know, this channel has literally saved my life so many times, beloveds. From when I was doing the news and I had all kinds of 3-letter organizations following me physically, to when I started doing the spiritual wake-up call and I had all kind of 3-letter spiritual warriors trying to come at me. But I'm grateful for this channel. I'm grateful that it kept me safe. It's like a spiritual vibe that became my defense, and I didn't even see it as that. I just followed the leading of spirit like 3-4 years ago to start the channel. I'm grateful for everyone that has contacted me with their journey, especially when I've been getting into the inner child and the childhood wounds and all the craziness that has happened to us as children, to see that so many have experienced what I've experienced. It's been healing, beloveds, and I think this has been the way that spirit has been getting information to us, has been healing us, has been helping us to survive and fight the battles that we need to fight. So I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful to my spiritual team. You know, the big dons, they have shown me just how protected I am. It's such a beautiful feeling to know that I've never walked alone and I don't walk alone. And please check out the video I did on the spiritual team. So, a list of gratitude is so important, beloveds. The fact that you woke up to the toxic people in your life, the fact that the truth was open to you. There are so many things to be grateful for. Even the things that seem like punishment. The fact that you lost your job, be grateful for that. The fact that you had to downsize your life, be grateful. Nothing has ever worked against you. Even your most painful experiences ultimately worked. You didn't have to go through them, but they've ultimately worked to make you who you are today. So I think it's so important to write that list of gratitude and address it to the Most High Creator, the ultimate one, your spiritual team, your guardian angels, the ancestors that walk with you, the cosmic ancestors, your cosmic family, beloveds. Because many of us, Earth is like a meeting place. As I say, we all come from our nations and we all come and, interact here. Learn a few things, exchange things. It's also a doorway where you can leave one world and enter another. So after doing the releasing list and doing the list of gratitude, I would then do a list of everything that I want to come into my life from here on out. Everything, like total scripting, beloveds. Writing down, what will this new narrative of yours look for? And don't limit yourself to what you physically see or perceive you have. Because we are in a season of manna, beloveds. from heaven, literally, where you can ask for the impossible and it will manifest. And so we have to move away from the way Babylon taught us to create, which is first work for this, do this, it's all physical, all material, and really now start to see how we can draw our world to us. And this is the first step. All the things that we want to enter into our lives, beloveds, write it down. And then I would put that one, that's like your request to the universe. You know the way some of us used to write to Satan clause when I but I mean, dear Most High, dear ancestors, what do you want to come into your life? And I would even add even the things that I desire so deeply, but I've even lost track of. May those enter my life at such a time as this. We're in a totally new era, beloveds. And please watch my show on how we have to start moving spiritually first. And the letter of what you want to come into your life, I would literally put it on my altar. The altar where you pray. And when you have time, you can even create a vision board of what you see your new life looking like, whether it's living in a new country, growing your own food, living off grid, having total security from the mandates of the future, being invisible. And these are exercises that your children can do too. It would be so interesting to see what your children would say goodbye to, what your children would be grateful for, and what your children would want to welcome in. We're in a new world, a new era that moves differently, that flows differently. We're not at the mercy of the collective emotions anymore, beloveds. But we are at the mercy of our own thoughts, of our own inner life. And there is so much miracles and magic and supernatural events that are waiting to unfold in our lives if we can just obtain and maintain the right posture, which is a posture of gratitude and a posture of expectation. Like absolutely nothing, beloveds, is impossible for you. Many things were impossible to us before. We just couldn't reach them because of the way the world was set up. But now nothing, absolutely nothing, beloveds, is out of your reach. So do the work mentally. Get used to doing those mental things every day. Until next time, tuko pamoja.